When I wake up in the morning, this is my protein bar alternative that takes little effort to make, has as much protein as a protein bar, and easily fills you up until your next meal. And we're making 2 flavors so you can have more variety to choose from. Let's get into it. Grab 2 bowls. Put one of them on the scale and add 90 grams flour, 95 grams vanilla whey casein protein powder, 3 grams salt, 4 grams baking powder, 2 grams baking soda, and 1 gram xanthan gum. Make sure your protein powder tastes excellent and is a whey casein blend, or else you will end up with dry and foul tasting muffins. We don't want that. If you need a quality whey casein blend, I will have a link in the pinned comment and you could use code E4CM to get 10% off and help support the channel. Don't skip the xanthan gum either. It helps keep moisture in the muffins while baking and gives them a better overall mouthfeel. Mix those ingredients together using a whisk and place your other bowl on the scale. Into it add 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk along with 60 grams of granulated swerve and 60 grams of brown sugar swerve. The fat from the additional egg yolk is going to help keep the muffins tender and moist, so put that extra egg white off to the side and use it in a nice egg white omelet later in the week. Mix the sweetener into the eggs and then add 350 grams 2% Greek yogurt, 15 grams avocado oil, and 10 grams of imitation vanilla. I think I said invitation. What the fuck? I usually use vanilla extract for my recipes, but imitation vanilla is best for baking since it has a more pronounced flavor after being heated at high temperatures. Mix all the wet ingredients together until combined and dump the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. The biggest key to this entire recipe is to not overmix the batter or else it will give you a chewy, dry final product. I do this by whisking in the dry ingredients until just barely mixed in, like this. At this point, I grab a silicone spatula and scrape the bottom of the bowl and across the batter a few times to make sure there aren't any dry clumps of powder, and we are looking absolutely gorgeous. My cookbook is also absolutely gorgeous and keeps getting updated with new recipes, like 2 weeks ago when I added the 2 recipes you are watching right now. So if you want my recipes before anyone else, click the link in the pinned comment and use code E4CM for 10% off. Now, what would chocolate chip muffins be without chocolate chips? To get mouth-watering chocolate morsels in every bite, we are using mini chocolate chips. So into the bowl, add 45 grams mini chocolate chips, and using our spatula, we will fold these in 4 to 5 times until the chocolate chips are evenly distributed. You are probably asking, hey Nick, why not use sugar-free chocolate chips to save on calories? They only save about 10 to 20 calories per serving and have an aftertaste to them I don't particularly enjoy. Give me the real chocolate chips for a few extra calories all day, every day. The only thing left to do is load the batter up, and to do that, I like to use an ice cream scoop. You can certainly do this with a spoon, but I find it much easier and quicker to scoop and plop. And of course, to make jumbo muffins, we will need a jumbo muffin pan. This is the one I bought from Amazon and definitely recommend it. I will put anything I use in the description below if you want to check it out. Whatever pan you do use, make sure it is steel so that it will efficiently conduct the heat and cook these muffins to perfection. The last thing I use to get more of that professional looking muffin is these baking cups. The surface of the muffin pan is non-stick, and I tried making the muffin straight in the pan, and it works, but I thought these made the muffins look dope. Oh, and getting them out of the pan after you're done is just a tad more complicated without baking cups.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, use the goddamn baking cups.
Let's load up the baking cups and give them a quick spray to avoid stickage. Then put the bowl of batter on the scale, scoop it out, and load it into the first tray until the scale says minus 140 grams. You can definitely freeball this, but for aesthetic purposes and a nice thumbnail, I make sure these baking cups have an even amount in each of them. Once each hole is filled, take 11 grams of mini chocolate chips and top each muffin. Take the tray and put it in a preheated 300-degree oven for 28 to 32 minutes, flipping the pan around halfway through for even cooking. The exact cook time is going to vary oven to oven, but it is of utmost importance not to overcook the muffins. Once the top starts getting a little browning on it and the tops don't move when you shake the pan, that is probably a good sign that they are done. You can also do the good old toothpick test to be sure. Personally, I would err on the side of underdone than overdone because protein treats get overcooked and dry very fast. And I did try to cook them at higher temperatures for shorter amounts of time, but the muffins ended up browning too much on the outside and the first layer of the muffin would be overdone. So let these bad boys cook low and slow.
Low and slow.
Once finished, get them out of the pan and onto a wire rack to make sure there is no carryover cooking.
God damn, that shit be looking beautiful.
Let them cool for an hour, or, if you are like me, wait about 15 minutes and dive right into a warm one because they are that good. You can store them in a plastic bag, and for the ultimate eating experience, microwave them for 10 to 15 seconds and enjoy a moist interior with melted chocolate chips throughout. Ooh, that was fucking sensual. Fuck. The second muffin, although made similarly, has two major differences in technique for added texture, consistency, and flavor. Get all your dry ingredients in a bowl and whisk them together. Into the other bowl, add the eggs, egg yolk, and swerve and whisk together. Followed up by all the other wet ingredients and whisking again. Add the dry ingredients to the wet and mix together until just barely combined. This is where small tweaks make big differences. Since these are blueberry muffins, we need some blueberries. However, it is important to prep the blueberries before adding them all willy-nilly to the batter. For that, add 225 grams of blueberries to your bowl and 3 grams of flour over the top. Shake the flour around to make sure every blueberry is covered. This thin layer of flour is going to be enough to help the blueberries stay in place while cooking so they are in every single bite of these delectable muffins. Add them to the batter and fold them in 4 to 5 times until they are evenly distributed. Grab the muffin pans, add the liners, and lightly spray them with oil. Using our scooper, add 170 grams of batter to each cup, but before we add them to the oven, we have one more layer of flavor to add. Grab a box of sugar in the raw. Yes, real sugar. Hear me out. This type of sugar is made in huge crystals and adds an insane flavor and texture boost to these muffins for just 16 calories apiece. This is a worthwhile addition, especially when we pair it with another flavor enhancer, lemon zest. Put 24 grams of sugar into a small bowl and using a microplane, add 3 grams of lemon zest to the bowl. Mix those two ingredients around and you now have a sweet and very slightly sour flavor bomb that we will add to the top of these muffins. However, before we do, let's garnish the muffins with 30 more grams of blueberries to make sure there are blueberries in every bite. And feel free to add more blueberries if you want. It will add minimal calories and just make these taste even better. Now evenly spread the lemon sugar across the 6 muffins and throw them in a preheated 300-degree oven for 33 to 37 minutes, flipping the pan around halfway through. Check on them just like you did for the chocolate chip muffins. If you do undercook them, they will sink and develop holes like this. I honestly kind of love slightly underdone muffins, and I especially love raw batter, so I would be lying if I told you I didn't devour every one of these regardless of how they looked on the outside. What can I say? I'm a good guy. Take them out of the pan, put them on a wire rack, and try your best not to eat one for 15 to 30 minutes. Either one of these muffins will yield you half the calories of regular muffins while having triple the protein and will last you through the week. While I have been eating these for breakfast almost every day, my favorite thing to do is put half a muffin in my vanilla ice cream recipe to turn it into a blueberry muffin cream. If you want to learn how to make these ice cream recipes, click this video here and start creaming yourself.
So fucking good.
Until next time, deuces.